All right, we ready? I brought my blind man glasses.
So you can read?
My old man glasses.
Oh, you know what? Don't hide those.
I'm not hiding them. I'm just eating one because I'm fat.
I thought you were eating one because you were delicious.
Because I'm delicious? How would you know?
No, they're delicious.
Oh.
Remember her?
Yes.
Yeah. She looks pretty good in that photograph.
Yeah, no. Okay. Hello, everybody.
Howdy. Oh, are we on? Hello.
Yeah. I'm trying to fix some things here. Apparently, the audio is so quiet on all of the audio platforms, which is why nobody's listening to us anymore. So I'm going to try to fix that.
I'm getting snoozled by a dog.
Yeah, they do that. So you have any topics today?
Always have topics.
Good.
We can talk about the fun I had last Sunday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Why don't you talk about that?
We went to Inked. Had a good old time.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. A lot of people? Any gunfire?
There was no gunfire, but it was the record for the most amount of people that had ever been at Inked for a single day.
Nice.
It's the only day they sold out, and then when they issued the second set of tickets, sold out again.
So there was 1 billion people there.
Oh, my God. There had to have been, what?
What'd they say, 200?
200 something. It was ridiculous. You have a microphone. You should use that.
I think it was like 280,000 or something like that is what they said.
It was absolutely nuts. Like, have you been to the Reformatory?
We've been to the Reformatory, but not the Incarnation.
Okay, well, at the Reformatory, where the pond's at, you know where the pond's at?
Uh-uh.
Where you go into the infirmary. That's where the main stage was at. And then, I don't know, a quarter of a mile away is the end of the property where the fence is. We were elbow to asshole about, I don't know, at least 500-600 feet wide the whole way back to that fence.
Wow. So you didn't actually get to see the band.
Oh, hell yeah, we did. Hell yeah, we did. We didn't play no games. We got there early and got up nice and close. We had all kinds of fun. It was Chris's first time to see a mosh pit up close.
Oh.
Luckily, there was a fat guy in front of her, so she didn't get mauled. You're welcome, by the way. What else?
And kicked in the eye, though, by one of the people with their legs
You
flailing
got
around.
what?
Kicked
in the eye.
You got kicked in the eye.
Crowd surfer.
Crowd surfer was just like wailing around everywhere, and as he went over, his foot
Right.
just hit me right under the eye.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn. That's not okay.
I almost lost my glasses because during the mosh pit they come flying off.
She got kicked in the eye, and he was like, I almost lost my glasses.
Listen,
Such a horrible time.
hey, those are like, there's very few of those. Those are limited edition
Trying to
demo
justify
ranch. No, listen, they're very, very rare.
Yeah, you're right. And her eye can regenerate, so.
Look at it. Is it fine?
Do you want him to see the picture of your shirt?
What happened to your shirt?
Sure.
Was Guar there?
No, but my shirt was awesome. Go ahead and bring up the picture and show it to him. I don't know if you want to show everybody at home, but it's an awesome shirt.
You shouldn't have brought these.
I know they're delicious. Well, it did. Mm-hmm. That'll happen.
I'm sorry, people. I'm eating. I'll quit doing that.
Here, take that top one.
You want the top? We just separated them.
All right. Those are delicious.
Okay. So, you guys had a good time. Which bands did you want to go see?
I went to see Dropkick Murphys and Shinedown. Two of my favorites. But Mice and Men played, Parkway Drive played, Bad Omens played.
Parkway Drive is cool.
I don't really know much about them. I mean, they sounded okay, but I really don't know much about them. From what I hear, I talked to one of the guys at work that was there, and he said they were always a good band, but they didn't actually get super popular until their last album.
Yeah.
And the same thing with Bad Omens. Apparently, they've always been really, really good, but they didn't become popular until.
Well, I think he's right, because I just discovered Bad Omens on their last album.
So,
And you can thank Pandora for that. Now, Parkway Drive I've known for years. The only thing I don't like about them is they never sing. They just, which I can deal with, but I love singing.
Yes.
Now, like I like the bands to do both. You know, like kind of like Kill Switch Engage, where they go back and forth.
They do good. And we determined that Of Mice and Men have the weakest fans out of everybody. They dropped 4 people. They had to stop the show. They played for an hour. They had to stop the show 4 times because they were dropping people that were crowd surfing. That to go in and get the people out that they dropped.
Wow.
4 friggin' in an hour.
Well, thank God there was no Slayer fans there.
Well, listen, then at Shinedown, there were, dude, if you were in a wheelchair, suck to be you because you're going friggin' crowd surfing because they picked you up and then you went, son. There was what 5 or 6 wheelchairs that came over. And
Wheelchairs? Damn.
Wheelchairs, yeah.
So you got punched in the face with a chair. A steel chair with a person in it.
So the wheelchair people...
That has to be scary.
Well, the one wheelchair, I noticed that it seemed like there was 2 people like with them the entire time,
Yeah,
like
kinda walking
holding
along
it,
with them, yeah.
and everybody was just like
Yeah.
kind of pretending.
Look at
to
our friend.
surf them. Yeah.
He's up there going, hi.
The other ones though, they were like tipping all over the place and
Damn, they're
just
falling out of
loving
their
it.
chair, just enjoying the shit out of it. It was pretty cool.
Crip down, crip down, crip down.
Yeah. Nope, never went down. Nobody went down. Not at that show.
You guys...
Come on.
Wait, that's an empty wheelchair you're flying around there.
But yeah, they were really good. That was her first Shinedown show. I think she would probably go again. I think she enjoyed it.
Oh, good. The next time they come around, you have to let us know because Dinah loves them. Well, I love them too.
That's like the 5th or 6th time I think I've seen them live. They're fucking amazing. Pardon my French.
They do a good show.
They do, and they're very, very good. Like I just think in general the whole like aura of the band is amazing. So they're just, I don't know, they've always been one of my favorites. And what they did is, like, I was talking to, like, the kid I told you at work I was talking to. He said that they didn't stay for Shinedown because they didn't really know much about the new album. And I'm like, well, yeah, but they played a new song, then an old song, then a new song, then an old song. They just jump back and forth.
Yeah, but I think people get overwhelmed when there's that much band after band and
he was
person
there
after
all
person.
weekend.
Yeah,
He was there 3 days.
So he's probably like, I love Shinedown, but I got to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Which I mean, I get. But
Yeah.
not this boy. I'd be staying. I don't care. And then apparently, I guess the day before when we got there, the people that parked next to us apparently had been there all weekend. I guess they were dropping all kinds of people on Saturday, crowd surfing. Like the one girl, she said she dislocated her shoulder. She said, screw it, got up, drank so she didn't hurt anymore, and waited until after the show to go to the freaking ER to get her shoulder put back in place.
Yeah.
The girl at Dropkick, she said she'd been following them since she was, 16 or something? And she was 42 now, and she'd never crowd surfed, and she always wanted to. And I'm like, it's time. She's like, no, the show's almost over. Everybody's just weak now. And I'm like, bullshit. And I threw her ass up on top of everybody.
Wow.
And then
So don't go to concerts with Patrick. You want crowd surf? I'm not really shit.
Gone. She was
good
happy.
boy. Keep my foot warm.
She was happy.
I got a foot warmer.
She was laughing. She enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And then, this is so funny. So there was this chick that I used to let stay with me for a while that I knew from my previous job at the strip club. And she moved to Bowling Green, had to come back, needed a place to stay. So I let her stay with me for a little bit, and then she turned out to be a freaking nightmare. So she goes into the bathroom, or the porta potty, whatever you want to call it, and I'm standing there, and I'm talking to this dude, and his girl comes up, and she starts talking to me, and I'm like, oh, guess who? She doesn't recognize me until, because we probably talked for 6-8 minutes before you came out of the bathroom. We were probably there another 4 or 5 minutes. Almost, she goes, are you guys from Canton? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, I know you. And I'm like, I know you do. And then she's like, oh. And then she told her boyfriend who I was, and they were like, exit stage right. Because I threw her out of my house in the middle of the night. Because she's a nightmare.
Well.
Nightmare. You ever meet one of them people that they're like seem like a really decent person, and then like you get to know them and you're like, what the fuck? That was her. Me. Well, I'm like that too, but
Anyway. All right, so you went to a concert. Was that last weekend?
yeah, it was on Sunday we went. It was all weekend, but we only went on Sunday because the band I wanted to see was Sunday. Well,
Yeah.
2 of the bands.
That's good.
So next year, her daughter wants to go. Wow, that was awful loud.
Yeah, well, he's a chubby little thing. Now he's going to go bother Chris.
That's right. Get her, dog. Get her.
You didn't lay on my foot long enough to keep it really warm, by the way.
But, I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I always liked that. That was awesome. I would love to go to some more shit like that.
We have some tickets to some shows, but they're all, later on this year, aren't they?
No, we have tickets to one show.
One show.
And yes, it's November.
November.
You can hear the disappointment in her voice. Well, no one's coming around.
They were all at Incarceration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're too old to go for a 3-day show, so I will live vicariously through you guys. And when I go get my hair cut,
And wait a minute, you're too old. We're older than you are.
when I go get my hair cut, thank you for that. When I go get my hair cut Wednesday, my hairdresser Marissa, she was there all 3 nights, so I will hear about Godsmack too. And
Yeah, Godsmack was okay. We didn't get to see him, but they always put on a good show.
I can't talk anymore.
You don't like Godsmack?
She
I
loves
love
Godsmack.
I seen him a few years ago when they
She
were
has
there.
to change her underpants after watching Godsmack.
Well, I don't think
No,
they're
not
that
really.
great, but
Yes. Between them and Shinedown, I can't decide. They're
Shine Down 110%.
yeah. Yeah, but you know
110%.
what? When I always thought that, but when I saw Godsmack at Blossom last year, and I was sick and didn't know it, man, I can't get. It was so good from the minute they started to the very end.
Well, yeah, but that's what they do. And I'm not saying that they're bad in concert, but I Shine Down blows them away.
I don't know. It's so.
I've seen them
it's-
both multiple times, and I Shine Down just
Why
puts
don't
on a
you
way better
just
show.
agree to disagree?
Well, you know who really, my favorite concert of all times.
Well, it had to be Buffett.
No,
No?
actually, no. Well, no, that was just the whole experience.
Well, that's what I mean, though. Buffett is more than just the band and the singer.
Yeah,
It's
but if you talk about
the entirety of it. It has to be number one. It has
all right,
to
well,
be.
maybe I don't remember a lot of those.
Oh, well, okay.
Anyway, but the best, what I always call my favorite concert, was the very first year they opened Cavelli Center in Youngstown, which was 18, 20 years ago.
Oh, you're
There
talking about
was
the Shine Down
Shine Down, Ultra Bridge, and
Three Doors Down. That was a hell of a concert.
Yeah,
and
that's
I
a
don't
good
think
one.
we realized at the time how monumental that concert
No,
was.
I just
Well,
the whole
Because Shine Down was brand new.
yep.
It was Ultra Bridge's first record, which, of course, I knew about Ultra Bridge because I'm a huge Creed fan. And I also loved Miles' voice. And then there was Three Doors Down, which I only liked a few songs that they had done at that point.
Yeah, but they put on a really good show.
Yes, they
I
do.
love them in
Yes,
concert.
yes, they do. I've seen
they're
them
not-
twice.
They're
and
not super popular, but they put on one hell of a
yes,
show.
they
Yes.
do.
And if they come around, they were probably at Incarceration, but if they come around,
No,
I don't
Three
think they
Doors
were.
Down is November.
oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Creed, Three Doors Down, and man.
You guys should get tickets for that.
Yeah. You might
Anyway,
do that.
but yes, Buffett concerts, they were a whole experience. They're all,
I only got
they're
to
in
see
a
'em once.
category by them. I know, that's
Yeah.
too bad.
Yeah,
'Cause
because
we
I
didn't
really digged it
tailgate.
too.
Let's say I think the best show I seen was the last year they did Roverfest. It was, oh my God, it was Godsmack was there, Shine Down was there. God, there were so many people there. It was absolutely ridiculous. Little John played. Burt Kreischer was the MC. It was just insanity. Loved that show. It was one of the best ones he did, and it was the last one he did too, because COVID, number one, kind of killed it. And then it's just so much work. And everybody on the radio show, people, but not who I'm talking about, but they all help him get it ready. And the one girl that he used to be his girlfriend, that's his co-host, she wants more money for this and more money for that. He's like, I get that you want more money. I understand that. And she's like, I should make as much as you. And he's like, no, you don't put all the money up to bring these bands here.
Yeah.
You don't put up the insurance. I do all that. So that's why I make more money than you do.
Yeah, it's a common tale.
Hello.
Vivian Campbell left Dio because he wasn't getting paid enough, but all he was doing was playing guitar. That's it. You got to understand that there's a whole laundry list of things that makes a band, in the venues. The songwriting is half of it, and blah blah blah. It happens a lot, and I had more examples, but just explaining that one just wiped them all out of my head.
I get it that people want more money, but at the same time, they've got to realize that other people are doing more like this.
Yeah.
Like, if we got paid for this, I would pay substantially less than you because, number one, you own 98% of the equipment. Well, pretty much 100% of the equipment. And you take care of all the editing, all that shit. So I would make a lot less than you if we were making money on this. That's just the way it would be.
Well, honestly, if we were making more money, I would loosen the burden. You know, like, I mean, the editing, there's really not that much to it, but it's the financial thing. That the website costs money, the equipment costs money because I've had to buy equipment. You know, we're trying to get out of this room.
Yeah.
So we need a place. So, and what I need someone to do this part of it, to watch the footage, make sure your camera don't lock up, to watch the mics while I can just do what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I really think is lacking in this podcast is I don't get to really open up because as soon as I do, I got to come over here and make sure the camera
Everything
didn't
looks
stop
good,
working. And it sucks. I keep hoping for the day when we get some more viewers and I can relax and just become the co-host that I want to be.
Excuse me, waitress. Would you get me a monster out of the side of the backpack there, please?
See that look? You started the whole thing off wrong with that one word. Need to teach my dogs to fetch your drinks. And then you'll have like 4 holes in the can.
Yeah, and they'll be running around like the chicken with their head cut off. Excuse me, miss.
Oh, God. That's slightly better.
You going to ask nicely?
Would you please, for the love of God, bring me a drink?
Without the attitude.
That's right.
What attitude? There's
Lose
no
the
attitude.
tude.
Okay, would you like some attitude? Excuse me, could you please bring me a damn drink? Is that better?
No, that's worse. That's why you used it as an example of attitude.
Remember what I did for you last night?
Uh-oh.
Your penance is to bring me a beverage.
Wow.
I should say this morning, but whatever. Well, last night,
Yes,
too, I
because
guess.
you had nothing good out of that.
Listen, I always take care of my woman.
See, we have a normal relationship.
There's nothing normal about either one of us.
Oh,
Yes.
damn. I'm sorry. I tried to cool my hands and I forgot there's a microphone in the way. I was like, oh, my hands are hot.
Thank you, darling.
That did nothing.
All right.
Well, one of these weekends, we're going to have to do something. But this one's taken up with my friggin' van.
Can I have a cold one, please? Check the other side. I think that's an extra one that was in there from before.
Oh, I got a feeling you're going to catch it right between the eyes.
For a few minutes.
Is that one nice and cold? Yes, it is. Thank you, darling. Remember, I know where you live.
I'm not touching you.
All right.
All right. Now that we got that out of the way.
Holy shnikes. It's like pulling teeth to get a drink around here.
Anyways, so
Yeah,
we talked about concerts.
we had a good time. I think that someone was a little worried about some of it, and then when shit started happening, she really enjoyed herself. In fact, before Shinedown started, the other band, who was it that was playing? It was Skillet was playing on the other stage, and
I didn't think you liked them that much.
Well, they're good, and I love the concert.
but anyway, so we're standing in front of the other stage where Shinedown's going to play. And they finished up. I said, "You're about to see some shit." And she's just like, "What?" I'm like, "You're about to see some shit." And then some shit went down.
Who finished up after? Who went on after Skillet?
Shinedown, that was the last show.
Oh.
That was the last show. Shinedown was the last one. And they played for, an hour and 45 minutes or something. And everybody else got an hour. But, they had the longest set. They had the best set.
You know, there is some good news out of this. If Shinedown closed a show and it was a sold-out night that night,
Yeah.
they're most likely going to come around again.
Oh, no, they play Inked almost every year.
No, what I'm talking about is she doesn't want to go to Inked, and neither do I.
Oh,
quite
no,
frankly.
They usually do Columbiana County Fair, I think is what they were playing most of the time.
We
Yeah.
saw them at Canfield.
That's at Canfield, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
We got COVID there, but it was so worth it.
Yeah, that was.
It's a fun venue because you can go there early and eat the food and see the sights, go see the concert, and then there was a couple venues still open when we left.
Yeah.
So it kind of I have a tradition that I've been doing ever since I was a teenager, and I got her roped in it. is that after a show we go eat. You know, especially me, because when I was a kid, I would burn up all my food and I'd be a mess. So we see a show, and then here lately we've been struggling to find a place that's still open.
Right.
Even Ferraro's in Canton isn't open anymore.
God, that's one of
that
my
used to be our
favorite
stop.
places. Dude, I love
Yeah.
that place.
And
Love it.
Anyways, so the fair is great because even if there's only a couple of venues or vendors open, you can still get something to eat. You kind of
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
see,
love seeing shit at the fair.
And at Inked, I bet you there were still people serving food. They were probably trying to finish up and sell off what they had, but there were
Right.
still people selling food.
But no, we did stop at that Italian place in Akron.
Luigi's.
Yeah, but I mean,
Luigi's.
I know a lot of people love it, but I was like, it's okay.
It's okay. I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it lives up to the hype. I think it's been hyped
Right.
up so much. It's just
Right.
never. I don't think it can live up to what everybody says because it's just like everyone's like, oh my god,
And it's not all that.
it's good.
It just isn't. Like I think
It's good.
I think La Pizzeria has much better sauce, and that sauce is the basis of everything they cook there. But anyways,
We'd
that's
have
just
to
my
try their
take,
Pizza.
huh?
We have to try their pizza.
Well, it'd be the
That's
same
what we
sauce.
should have for dinner tonight.
What, more Italian?
Go to La Pizzeria and get a pizza to bring home.
That's a great idea,
Dear
but there's one
Jess.
flaw.
What?
Not only do I have to work tomorrow, but I have to go to physical therapy. And I'm not interested in shitting my pants, which could happen if I eat enough Italian.
So
So-
apparently,
Yeah, so tonight has to be like something my body
Well, you
likes.
said manwich.
Yeah,
Man,
well,
it
it doesn't
sounds
mean I have
good.
to eat a lot of it. I was just telling her I was angry because we have all this food in the house, but it's all in the freaking freezer. Everything is frozen solid. Hamburgers, chicken, all the stuff that I could really use right now. It's all
so we have that
Rock
problem
hard.
sometimes too.
because we buy in bulk. And then I forget. You know, I keep thinking, what am I going to eat tonight? Wait, I'm in the car. Shit, it's all frozen. And then I come home, I'm like, what are we going to have for dinner? We got DoorDash. And we got $150 billion worth of food in 3 freezers. We got 3 freezers in this house.
Well, we should use our DoorDash coupons before they expire. Anyway.
We should. We could.
We
Well, we
could
may,
do
we
that
may have to
tonight.
because, like I said, everything's frozen solid,
Yes.
and I'm scared to eat Italian one more night.
Yes.
I like your idea.
Well, yeah, because it's yeah, the DoorDash coupons are going to expire on the 2nd.
Yeah.
They said they had an error, so they sent us a $20 coupon.
Nice.
But
I do the Uber one because I do Uber Eats sometimes.
We-
It's I mean, we got food 2 weeks ago, and I think it was $32 or something. And with the Uber One discount, it was like $26. It saved us like $9 or $10. It was a lot.
yeah, we got the Dash Pass. So
Dash Pass, okay.
Every time we order, we save about $6-7,
Yeah.
and it's $10 a month. So if you order twice a month,
Yep. And that's what I think. That's about the same for the Uber One. But I like it. It's good. I don't know. Like I don't mind Uber One. Like the guy that brought my food last night, he was some dude from Texas, driving a car with Texas plates, some old guy. He was a riot.
Well, Jess signed up for DoorDash, and they told her it could take 10 days because she's got a Wisconsin license,
Oh,
but she
yeah.
wants to DoorDash in Ohio.
Well, you were going to do that too, weren't you? Try to make a little extra money. Did you actually sign up?
I'm all signed up and everything. I've just never done it yet.
You know, here's a funny thing, and not to interrupt you, but it's in fun. Never mind. I'm not even going to try to repair that one. When we first started doing this podcast, Adam and I were supposed to sign up, get ready, and then do a couple on the podcast to see what it's like and tell people whether it's worth it or not. But I couldn't get him to get off the gaming enough to do anything. So it's interesting that you have that because we can still do that. Of course, now since COVID, everyone has done it.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's interesting because we were going to sign up, then we were just going to do it together for about an hour and videotape it and see how much money we actually made and how it works. But
Well, some people make really good money, and some people don't.
Well, there's people that know how to work the system, know what areas, what times,
Yeah.
all that.
that's what I kept hearing. I kept telling people when I worked at Tractor, I'm like, maybe I should just quit and do DoorDash. And they all say the same thing. Hey, if you hit the right areas at the right time. And he would say, like, Cleveland. I'm like, yeah, but I don't know Cleveland that well.
Doesn't matter. You got GPS that tells you how to go.
Yeah. Just avoid the bullets. But anyways,
Well, you can duck, right? I mean, come on.
yeah. And then I found that Amazon Flex, which I thought I was going to do. And then my daughter decided she was going to do it. And they said, oh, we got plenty of people.
I know some
friend
people
of
that
ours
did it, yeah.
does that. Dawn, that's what Dawn does.
Yeah. Does she make good money?
Yeah, she actually likes it.
Damn it, Jim.
Well, I figure once I got the van, I could load Judas. I could just load the van up with people's stuff, but I never pulled the trigger.
See, I'm about to do it again.
Welcome to How Gripe, everybody. Where we're allergic to you.
Allergic to something.
Do you need a? Do we have tissues? Do we have some?
No, I have sneezing fits. Once I start sneezing, it doesn't end until I sneeze like 35 times.
Oh
Maybe
my!
you're allergic to monsters.
I don't think so.
Well,
I don't know, you got-
ever since you put that third can in front of you.
Yeah,
started sneezing.
that's when it all started.
Listen,
It's the warm monster.
Yes.
oh, I got the cold one now.
Yeah, but you got the warm one sitting there.
Oh, so I should get rid of the warm one?
I think you should. I really.
Listen. That's it. I quit.
Oh. Have you ever done this, by the way?
No.
Well, we'll have to talk about it a little bit here. We still got 5 minutes before our half hour's up.
Okay, we'll check it out.
But anyways, so what were we talking about before you started blowing your brains out?
I don't know.
DoorDash.
DoorDash, yeah, money. Are you going to think about doing it at some point, or are you good?
I just because I'm not wasn't sure how many hours I would be getting at my new job and stuff, and I figured if I needed to supplement, I would do that. Some.
Now, if it's inactive, will they ax you?
I don't know. I should probably log in and
Find out.
see.
Why? You should be like me. I got a Chime account, 3 years ago? Haven't even checked it out yet?
Yeah, I haven't got an email about it lately, so I don't know if it's active or not.
Yeah,
anymore.
they probably closed it. Which makes me dumb as shit, but time goes faster than I do.
Well,
What
you were
what
only
is
going to
Chime?
use it to sell on eBay.
Yeah, and I kind of got fed up
Because
with eBay.
eBay wanted your personal bank account number to deposit your money. They wouldn't
Yeah.
use PayPal anymore.
Well, they're back to using PayPal again.
You're kidding. How do you know?
I think so because I just bought some stuff there, and I'm pretty sure I paid with PayPal.
Yes,
Well,
you can pay with PayPal,
PayPal.
but they don't pay you with PayPal.
if you sell.
Yeah. Because I love PayPal. PayPal's been great to me.
Well, that's
Yeah,
just
until
recently
it
because
denied
last
your
year I
credit
sold
card
some.
last weekend.
So, because last year I sold silver, and my stuff goes through PayPal, and I got paid that way.
Well, we'd have to look into. I mean, I
It's
wouldn't
been
doubt it if
over
they
a
went
year.
back. Yeah, it's been
Yeah,
about 2 years ago.
Yeah, that you tried it.
Oh, they probably went back to it then because
They
it
probably
was-
did because people were getting pissed.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, because who's going to give eBay your personal bank account?
Not
number
I.
or- No.
But the Chime thing worked out well. I was going to put
Well,
some
yeah,
money
you
in it.
got a debit card for Chime and an account number, and that
Yeah.
was the end of the story.
I was going to put some
knows?
cash in it and just leave it,
Who
but
knows
I never
where
got
it's
around to
even
it.
at anymore.
I bought
I
a pair
wouldn't
of
know
those.
how
Do you
to
like
start looking at it.
Oakley's, I could have gave you free Oakley frames. You just got to replace I got like 5 pair of Oakley that you have to replace the
I thought
lenses
you
on.
threw all those away.
I probably did. I should
I
have.
think you did last time we cleaned out the garage.
I hope so.
Oh yeah, no, I bought these for 50
Because they were ugly as shit.
I bought the crankshafts. I like those. Those look good.
You bought a crankshaft? Well, good for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to have another donut.
Hey, have another donut.
I think you're allergic to the donut.
Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm allergic to the dog nuts.
Our house is pretty dusty. We haven't had a chance to clean in a while.
I gotta buy
Too
one
much
of these.
information.
No. Dust is easy to get rid of.
Well, now that Jess is home.
This will be my next purchase.
I don't like the leg design. I think that's going to collapse if you get too much weight in it.
Nope, it's like that because. Let me see if I can zoom in on it.
Yeah, you know what? I just realized nobody knows what the hell we're talking about.
See how it's set like that? It's so when you put it in the woods, it can adjust to different heights and different terrain, so the chair stays flat. That's what
Oh,
that's
nice.
about.
Okay, so this is what I wanted to talk about.
Moving on. Now that we're done with my eBay.
Both of us ride.
Yep.
I've been riding for most of my life.
I used to ride a lot, and now I'm just getting back into it. So yeah.
Riding is, you can call it whatever you want. Wind therapy. It's just a way of cutting loose. It's a fun way to travel, blah, blah, blah. And it is kind of a lifestyle because more people drive cars and don't ride than those who ride. So when we do ride, we kind of group together. We wave at each other regardless of the machine and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So, because Adam was always so interested in the riding aspect of people who ride.
Okay.
He used to ask me questions, and we'd talk about it quite a bit. And then you come on, and now I have someone who actually does ride. I was thinking maybe we could lean the Gripe, just lean towards that
can do that.
lifestyle.
We can do that.
We can still talk about whatever, but let's kind of lean towards motorcycles.
Talk about my allergies I'm dying from here.
Right, absolutely. And one thing I want to do is, if we do talk about motorcycles, let's talk about all of them.
Yeah.
Not just the metric cruisers, not just Harleys, not just the biker gangs and the patched riders and those who ride scooters. Let's just include them all.
So Vespa it up, kids.
And one other thing I wanted to talk about, I don't want to necessarily boast about these guys, or, how do I put it? I don't want to, I'm really struggling here. I want to talk about them, but
But
I
you don't want to promote them.
Right, thank you, because you may like them, you may not, but I happen to like it. It's called Riding On Magazine. They do have a website. It's just RIDINON.com, Riding On. And what I like about this magazine is that they have a bit of a contest every year. And I've heard good and bad things. I've heard good things from everyone who does the contest, and kind of bad things from those who are involved in the contest. And I'll go into more detail about that. But I'm not trying to justify anything. I'm not trying to say that the people who are involved and don't like it, or they shouldn't like it. I'm not saying. I'm just pointing it out from a rider standpoint, which I just lost it.
What are we looking for?
Oh, I'm going to explain it when I find it. Okay, cool. So every year they get vendors to sign up, and it's called the Ride and Roll.
Gotcha.
And what you do is you go to any location that participates. And I think if you go to Riding On Magazine, it will tell you all of the locations. So you go, say around here, I think Quaker Steak does it, right?
Yeah, right here. Boop. That's one in Columbus, but that is Quaker Steak.
Right. So I think the Quaker Steak in Belden still does it, right?
I'm not sure. We used to always go to South Erie Leather. That's
Yeah,
not there.
that's not
and
there anymore.
Most all the Harley dealerships will get you your book.
Right, but most of the Harley dealerships closed as well.
Stop.
Well, no, there's one in Akron. We've been to one in Cleveland. There's one in Mantua Corners.
Gesundheit. But the point is, if you go to a website, you can find a location that participates.
Adventure in Dover is one.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then what you do, you go in and you for the first time, because if you've already got the booklet, then you don't need to hear this because you've already did it. But you go in there and you say, I want to participate in a ride and roll. They give you a booklet. The booklet in the middle has a map of all the locations and all the stops. And then once you get started, and of course when they give you the booklet, you roll, they have electric dice. And you tap them on the table, and then they go and they'll give you 2 numbers. Just like if you roll, like for craps. Write down your numbers, and then you can stay and buy a beer or get something, or you can just go. And what you do is, first off, what it does is it gives you places to go. Because you can see really cool restaurants and really nice places and all this stuff.
Right.
And it gives you a ride. You can ride to these places, right?
Yeah, they're geared to more the back roads, the fun roads,
Yeah.
less freeways, and it's all in Ohio. There
Well, no,
may be-
there's some in
I was
Pennsylvania
gonna say
and
there
some
may
in
be one or
Indiana.
two.
But the bulk, like 90% of it's in Ohio.
So there's Erie, PA.
Yeah, see now, and what you do, and every time you
Meadville.
show up in one of these places, you roll and you roll the electric dice and you write down your score. Then at the end of the summer, you fill out the back of the book and you mail it in, and whoever got the highest score actually wins like a lot of prizes. Like but the problem is completing the book. That is a challenge.
Oh, dude, it would take forever to do this.
It does.
Yeah,
It takes
there's been
all summer.
There's been a couple people. Usually starts May 1st. and
Yeah.
I see-
You have to send it in by like.
But the
middle
good
of
news
October.
is whether you do it to win prizes or not, it does give you places. There is a restaurant. It was more of a deli. No, it was more of like a diner that we went to up north. I can't remember anything about it. Remember
Dusty.
I boasted about how good the hamburgers
The
were?
Dusty's in there. Dusty Armadillo.
Yes.
Yes,
isn't
it
it?
is. Is that one up by somewhere in Richfield where the lady had the poodle sitting at the bar with her?
Not only that, but they had to fire up the kitchen because we got there so early. They weren't open yet.
Yeah, I don't know the name of it.
It was like
but-
near a railroad or railroad.
Oh, that
thing.
one. That was in LaGrange.
Anyways.
There's, I think, one stop in LaGrange.
Yes,
that
and
was it.
I mean, it was some of the best hamburgers I've ever had. and we have never gone back because I can't remember enough about it.
Well, it was in we could find it. If we
But anyway, so Riding On has a magazine. They have recipes. I'm not even joking. There's recipes in the magazine. They talk about Ohio Bike Night, and they'd have articles, and it's actually a really, really, really cool fucking thing.
And I think at most of the stops, and I know the Harley dealerships, the magazines are free. You can go and pick them up, and I think you can read it online. I don't think you can subscribe, but
I'm probably about halfway through this list, and there's 7-8 places. There's 9. There's one in Akron that we could get to within 35-40 minutes.
well, we would
so
take
far.
we'd usually ride
yeah.
for like 7-8 hours
Right.
on a day.
And
We
we'd-
would
and
what
every-
we would do the night before is map up
Where you
which
wanna go.
direction
Right.
we want it to
And
go,
hit 4 or
then-
5 places.
And
Uh-huh.
that's how we did it. I mean, you can do it any way you want,
Yeah.
but we made a day of it. And then one thing that I did notice, and I said I would touch on this, and I'm only going to touch on it. I have no opinion. You're allowed to think what you want. I am not bashing the book or the magazine or the anything. I'm just pointing out that some of the restaurants were complaining because they had to pay like $200 at that time.
I thought it was 500.
Okay, well, I don't know.
I
I'm going
don't
to say I
know.
don't know, but they had to pay a lot of money, and this was what 4 or 5 years ago.
Yes, because that was advertising and to be put in the book.
Yeah.
And given
And then
the supplies
what was
and
happening was
stuff.
people would show up on bikes, roll, and just leave.
Would not
Yeah,
even buy
not
soda.
spending any money. Yeah.
So after we heard that, I think we started at least buying a soda.
Yeah, because you can't eat at every stop. Some of them
and
are
I can't
close.
drink at every stop or I'd be wrecking the bike.
Yeah,
So
some are
I'm
far
not going
away.
to, I apologize, I'm not going to show up and drink like a beer every, 30 minutes, but I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's what I was just gonna say. Depends on how you map it out.
Yeah.
Because some would be like couple stops were close together.
Yeah.
Other ones you might ride for an hour, but yeah, you can always at least get a soda.
Yeah, and I think it's a brilliant idea. And I haven't seen any copycats either, so they're
So,
still
yeah,
flying
there's-
under the radar.
There's quite a few places here we could get to pretty easily.
But anyway, so I think we're gonna.
We
Anyway,
already
so
wrote
here's
it.
a blessing to the bikes. So it's a bunch of Christians. Not anything wrong with that.
Right on.
Yeah,
We've
and
done
so
that before.
yeah,
I
and then
always
here it
do
is.
those
This
in
is
the
this is what I'm
spring.
talking about. This is what you get. You get the map with all of. I know you can't see
Okay.
it, but if you go to Riding On magazine and you get to the middle of it, and the next page is all the stops written down by numbers. And how many? 106
Jesus.
stops.
And you can do it if you're not into just winning a prize. You could
It's
go
just-
and get a book now and start it
Yeah,
today.
yeah, you could if you just want to map out a fun ride where there's something to do at each stop. You
Yeah.
see, you just whip
Yeah.
out that book, and the bartender or hostess will bring out the little box with the dice, and we've
like-
never mailed the books in.
Like the thing
Well,
I'm
one
looking
time
here
we did.
is like there's Sebring, Rootstown, Ravenna. I've seen like that. Like that could be a day, like up that way. And then
Yeah.
there's stuff that's like New Philly, Coshocton. You could do all that one day. And then there's like Medina and all that kind of stuff's another one. So if you did it like over a couple of weekends and just hit like 3 or 4 places, you could
Oh,
do that
we used
too.
to go that one summer. Well, we put 5,000 miles on the bike that summer.
That was
I
the
think
first year
went
we had
out
the bike, and we were so
every
desperate for something
weekend.
to do. And the bike is just cheap entertainment.
And another good thing about that, most
And it
of
was
those
one just like
places
yours.
were open on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think we always usually went out on Sunday.
Yep.
And usually if you just go, like now, if we just jump on the bike today or like we did last Sunday, there's a lot of stuff not open.
Yeah.
But most of the stuff in
Well, I
that
think
book
since
is
COVID,
open.
a lot of that's
Oh yeah. COVID changed everything for the worse.
We went back to the 60s.
We did. I'm surprised Ohio hasn't started their blue laws yet. And then here's a page that says this one. It was in May, but it's a calendar of events, all the stuff going around. It's a really nice magazine. And like I said, we just kind of fell out of it. Hell, for the last couple of years, we've barely been on our bike because I've had some pretty horrible jobs.
When we were both sick.
Yeah, we both got a lot of medical problems. Even I'm not completely over everything. But so I wanted to just touch on that. It's called Riding On. You can go online and check them out, and then you can get the book sent to you. The
That's
book's
your
really
face
nice.
when you're on.
Yeah, pretty much. No, I've learned to keep my mouth shut. You don't open your mouth when you're riding because you're going to eat something.
Yep.
And you don't put chapstick on.
Yeah, no, because then they stick to you. I did get
No,
yelled
you
at last
don't.
weekend. What?
They don't send. You just said they send the book to you. You go pick
Go
up.
pick
a
them
book.
up.
Oh, you're right. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
You accidentally said you can send it in at the end when you're done.
Yeah.
We did a couple years, but I know if you read, and I used to get emails from them, and if you read about it, there'd always be one or two people that did absolutely every stop in that book.
Yeah, but only one or two.
Oh, and then
out
the
of-
good thing, they have pop-up surprises. Like one day, because we used to love to go to Erie Street Leather in Massillon, and they've since closed, but one day, the day after we were there, the Ride On magazine people were there, and if somebody comes in to roll the dice, they gave them like $100 gift card. They would just every now and then pop up.
Yeah.
And they do have a grand prize. If you go to a special, they're called key spots, and you do something, you get like a key, and then at the end of the year, everybody takes their keys in, and I think they gave away a brand new Harley
Nice.
for whoever won.
I'd take that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's another reason why people that advertise have to pay, because there are a
They're
lot
paying
of
to buy the
prizes
bike,
along
yeah.
the way. What?
Sounds like someone's fondling the microphone.
Oh. Was fondling my dog. Don't judge me.
Anyways, but yes, no, it's really cool. And since we're going to be talking about motorcycles, I'm probably going to be hitting up this website quite a bit to see what's going on. Oh, yeah, and the funny thing is the last page is a lawyer who specializes in motorcycle accidents. So you could even get a little legal representation if you need it.
Interesting.
Yes. But anyway, so I just thought maybe we could kind of cater in that direction.
Yeah, we can. I'd like to hit some of those spots just for fun.
But it is a really great way to catch some of these more unique or just, like I said, Quaker Steak does it, so there is chain restaurants in it, but it's,
Yeah.
a lot of them are small bars and local places that you could.
Well, we like wings.
Wings are, I think wings are more work than it's worth. If they were more meat, like drumsticks, if they did,
You can do legs.
huh?
You can
No,
do legs.
if they did to drumsticks what they do to wings, I'd be all into it. You know, even
they
if
do?
it's a smaller, I'm talking like the pterodactyl ones, but I'm just,
No, I think they do. I think you can do that.
I don't know of a single place that you can buy a bucket of drumsticks with sauce on them.
I'm almost positive you can at Quaker State.
Well, you're going to
And
have
then-
to show me because
I'll have to look.
That
but
sounds like a
then,
plan.
Wingstop now does. They did when the wing shortage hit. They started doing. Was it thighs?
tempt me, why don't you?
I can't remember. They had something different they were doing. Let's look and see if they still got it. And I know they had something.
And you should mention if you want to go get a book, you have to go yourself because they did have you show your ID.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's-
Yeah, so you can't we couldn't go to Quaker State later today and pick up 2 books for you because we
No,
each
yeah.
got a book.
Yeah.
You don't have to be the driver or whatever.
Right. Oh, and I've even heard people say, there's people roll up in cars. They don't even have to be on a motorcycle. You can
Oh,
just do it
yeah.
if you, it's
'Cause
just,
I
to
think
me,
they
I think
just
it's more
wanna-
fun on a bike, but yes, you can just drive up in a car and then have all the benefits, just not the wind therapy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I should mention that. You don't have to be on a motorcycle.
But why wouldn't you?
But the whole magazine is based on
Because it's
motorcycles.
raining.
Yeah.
Then what, you would just
You know what?
go
Riding
next
in the
time?
rain isn't that big of a deal if you don't plan on stopping anywhere.
Well, the only thing about riding in the rain is water at 100 mile an hour hurts
Well, why would you be going 100 miles an hour?
because I'm a lunatic. No, I mean water even at like 60 mile an hour.
Yeah,
freaking
it stings.
hurts.
It stings. It stings.
It sucks.
But there's no reason you can't pull over for a minute or two. Actually, that one year we did real good. We left knowing it was going to rain, and we just rode around the rain. Like if it moved through Canton, we were over either east or west, and as it moved up into Hartville, we came south. We just rode around. We would show up in the town after roads are all wet, but it wasn't raining.
Looks like Wingstop has discontinued that because I don't see them on. I knew it.
Anyways,
Bastards.
but we're going to be checking out some more of these magazines. I like the magazines that are more unique,
Man, these look so fucking good. Look at
not
those.
brand specific.
Look at those.
Yeah, they're good. You can't go wrong with chicken.
No, those are not chicken. Those are Buffalo Ranch French fries.
Oh, I was looking at the next picture.
Oh, well, that's corn.
Oh, okay.
That's Cajun fried
Well,
corn.
it looks like tater tots from here.
Cajun fried corn. That's good too. The Cajun fried corn is good. Louisiana voodoo fries, those are good too. All right, this is turning into a Wingstop fucking commercial. Let's get out of here.
Maybe Patrick needs to start eating breakfast before the podcast.
Yeah.
Patrick
more
usually
than
doesn't-
Monster and donuts.
Patrick usually. I had a burrito this morning, but Patrick is usually not up soon enough. We didn't even leave where we were at last night till like 3:15, 3:20.
Well, who picked noon?
Him.
He wanted to go at 11. I'm like, can we do noon?
God, I didn't.
Well,
get till
I'm sorry.
10:30.
I have a vehicle I have to work on, and the sooner this is over, the sooner I can get it fixed.
And I gotta bake about 12 dozen cookies.
We were out, being bad.
You are bad.
Okay, moving on.
We were out socializing with our friends.
Wait over here.
Well, no,
How about those mosquitoes?
they're all right.
Oh, West Nile and Canton, they found about 6 or 7 have tested positive.
That shit is coming back. It's been, 20 years?
Yeah, I just read about it on last week. And I don't know, what does the health department in Canton do? Just collect
Look, he has
mosquitoes
it.
and test them for the fun of it? Or
I don't know.
It said they only had 2 people showing symptoms, but
What are the symptoms?
like
Licking windows.
like the cold that's going around that everybody's got, kind of fatigue and
Oh shit, that's my
Almost
every
gonna
single
say,
day.
yeah.
almost like
I've had a
COVID.
cold for 50
They're all the
years.
same.
It's the same as getting older. Because
Yeah. I forget what it
been there, done that.
You're
Aches
fatigued and
and
aching
pains
bones.
and
So it's
fatigue
not
and-
that I'm 50?
50. I'd go back to 50 in a heartbeat. Speaking of which, Wednesday, people, Wednesday.
Your birthday?
Oh God, what are you gonna do?
And then I can't call her the old lady anymore because we'll be the same age again. Look at the smile. She's so happy that I won't be able to call her the old lady.
Anything that stops the name calling.
Listen, if I didn't like her, I wouldn't mess with her. I only bust her bubbles because I like her. If I didn't like her, I'd be like, who cares?
You're supposed to be dipping my pigtails in the ink and shit like that.
Wait, what?
It
What?
could go so
Are you-
many
You've
Never
ways
heard of
with
that? When back like in the 50s or whatever, when they had inkwells in their desks, the kid behind the girl with the pigtails, if she liked her, he would sit there and dip her pigtails in the ink and stuff.
I'll dip something in her, but that's not what the hell I'm talking about.
Are the women the only ones that understand this
Well,
shit?
I've never heard of that
Apparently.
before. I mean, it just sounded really strange. It was like a code.
I was kind of wondering if I had
Like
missed something
Elvish.
as well.
I mean, I understand it. You explained it. I said, okay, yeah, they used to have a little thing and they would dip and destroy the chick's hair. But, it's just...
Dude, if I get anything in your hair, you freak out. Let alone ink, you'd lose your damn mind.
I think we're taking it a little too literal. Anyways, let's drop that.
Basically, the boys pick on the girls when they like them.
Oh, see, she made it make sense.
I dumbed it down.
Thank you.
Well, that's like, what
I
was
women-splained it.
Yes,
Thank you.
She said something the other day, and I'm like...
Mansplained, actually.
Yeah, no, she said something the other day, so then she's like, well, and that, and I'm like,
Huh?
that's not what you said. She's told me to get something out of the car, which I did. Then she's like, well, and then you didn't do this.
I
I'm
didn't
like,
mean the
that's-
4-foot dildo.
And I'm like, that's not what you said. You just said to get it out of the car.
You wanted
If
this?
If this is what you wanted, then you can say, hey, would you, but not, hey, go get this out of the car. Because then I went and got it out of the car. I did what she asked.
Okay. I guess you had to be there.
Well, we can't explain in large detail.
Oh,
It's a family podcast.
It's always contraptions with you people.
So we'll just start pulling stuff out of the toolbox and watch them go.
Yeah, watch me squirm.
Dude, we're doing that. Next week, that's the podcast. We're going to announce it to everybody.
You haven't done a single thing you said you're going to, so I'm not going to worry about it.
Oh.
All right. Now,
What is it that I said I was going to do that I didn't do?
you said you're going to get people to come on and podcast.
I have people. We just got to get times to get them in here.
Okay. And I can't remember anything else because I can't remember nothing.
Oh, okay.
Well, you're lucky you work with a guy with no memory.
Okay.
All right. Now we were talking about sunburn. I don't know when the video stopped.
Somebody got sunburned, and there was a motorhome.
So we were talking about how you said it was going to be 90 degrees and sunny, and you guys are going to go riding, and you like it now. And she said the last Sunday we went riding, she had flamingo earrings, and now there's an imprint of a flamingo because the rest of her ear got sunburnt. And then I mentioned the Shrek.
The Shrek. And then, we were explaining the Shrek. There was a motorhome, and Like, I don't know, motorcycles. Listen, the story was getting a little off kilter there. I was getting
No, it wasn't.
No, it
Doesn't go to your
Does
sex
everybody
toy.
know what Shrek looks like?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So we go to Mid-Ohio. First time ever, and it had to be,
Not for me. The
Let's-
first time for you.
yes.
First time as a
And-
couple.
No, we were not a couple.
No, we were just friends.
Yes, but I had...
FWBs.
Her brother had the motorhome.
Yes.
So
So we were camped out in the motorhome. I had the bedroom. You slept on the floor. And his brother and sister were with us.
they slept in the campgrounds.
Yeah, they were
They
in the
separated the
campgrounds.
motorhomes from the camping.
They do that in Inked, too.
So anyway, I've got some weird sun top on, crisscross back, whatever, and I'm trying to put suntan lotion on because you're outside all day, and I didn't know him good enough. I wasn't going to ask him to touch me and put suntan lotion on.
She knew me a lot better than she thought.
Well, we weren't. We were just friends. So we go out, and you're drinking, and you don't know because that's the only way I could deal. With things.
It hasn't
Any-
really changed. The only way she could deal with me is be drunk.
No, there were other stuff going on. But anyway, long story short, we get back to the motorhome, or I think it was when we got home, probably in a day or so, because there
Yeah.
were no mirrors. And I go and just look at my back to check out my sunburn, and it looks like Shrek is sunburned into my back.
The way she put it on.
The lotion.
She made the head and then the ears and then the shoulders because of the way her hand was putting the
Where
lotion
I
on.
could
She had
reach.
a shadow of Shrek burned into her back.
I mean, and we
It
never
was awesome.
took a picture.
No, I never took a picture.
And I mean, what are you can't reach that far down
Yeah.
on your back, but I had Shrek sunburned.
All right, then.
Pretty funny.
Shrek it is.
So, yeah, all that. So, there we go.
Shrekity, reckity,
I'd
back.
like to go to Mid-Ohio this year.
I don't know what they're doing to Mid-Ohio. And I think we
they're
already missed it.
having Motor GP races on the week of August 16th through the 18th.
Did you look it up?
Yes,
Obviously, she knows the date.
and it was like $60 a day.
Damn.
And yeah, that's what you said when I told you.
Oh. I don't have a memory.
Because I mean, it's not really that far to drive down.
You know, that wouldn't be a bad idea. We could set up the podcast like we did at the haunted
You'd
house.
have to ask somebody.
Yeah, probably.
And it's
See, they
like-
still have racing now. Ever since the Superbike at Mid-Ohio,
Yeah, I think it's MotoGP.
it can't be MotoGP.
Or no, did it say AMA? Yeah, because I've read you all the names.
Moto
of people.
America. Moto America.
All right, so it was half
you
and
took
half.
you took the two old ones and they combined them.
Okay. And we didn't recognize any people, but I know it said it was like, I think $60 a day.
Yeah. I used to love that. Was so much fun.
It was.
The one year I went with Steven and my brothers and my sister-in-law, it was a bad year because it was so hot and there was no
the
air
bad
movement.
year was the tornado year.
We'll go into that. But this one, they were just having a gay old time, and I was way overheated. And I didn't want to get up and leave. So they're sitting in these aluminum bleachers in the sun, and I'm just like, don't move. If I don't move, it won't be so miserable. I got so sick because I just got way overheated. And then going with them wasn't much fun. But no, what she's talking about was the AMA had actually decided to have one more race. So they went to Mid-Ohio twice. They went in July,
And then like October or
and
something?
then we went October. And this is one of those things I should have known, but I didn't think of it. And they should have known, but they didn't think of it because the AMA is based in Ohio. You don't do jack shit in Ohio in October.
You go deer hunting.
Outside.
Outside, yes. You go to haunted houses and you decorate.
And you go deer hunting.
The weather sucks in Ohio in October. It rains constantly, and so we show up, and I talked my friend at the time, so you got to try this. It's so fucking great. It's good. You'll love it. It wasn't the same. Nobody showed up. There was nobody there. We're trying to camp, and it's cold as fuck, and it's raining every fucking night. The racers didn't even race. Half of them didn't even practice.
Wow.
And then one night, right after they announced that there's not going to be any races this weekend, it's the weather won't cooperate, and I heard from a lot of the professional racers that Mid-Ohio is a damn dangerous track when it gets wet.
Yeah.
So we were, I don't know
It
what
was
we were.
Saturday night because we were there for the weekend.
Yeah.
And we had a setup. For me and him, we bought a 9-person tent with
still have
3
it.
rooms. And his buddy had a little pop-up tent all by himself. But we had a nice setup.
Yeah, we had
Outdoor
a
camp.
generator
Yeah.
with lights and shit.
And,
And
so
then-
it was Saturday night, and they had just announced they weren't going to race or practice on Sunday. I think they said they weren't going to practice because if they would
Well,
have
they
said
never
there
did
were
race.
Right, they never did race. But I think if we would have known they weren't going to race, we would have packed up and left.
I don't
But
know.
anyway, so we were camping, and it was cold, and they send me outside to make hot water for coffee or
Send
tea
you
or
outside
something.
my ass. We were all in this gigantic tent doing God knows what. Nothing sexual. I think we were getting ready to play a game or something. And then it started raining. And I don't think it was thunderstorming, right? It wasn't.
No.
It was just raining. So she goes out to get some hot water. We were going to have coffee or something hot. Next thing we know, a fucking tornado comes through the campground.
A baby one.
A baby one, like a microburst.
Microburst, yeah.
And then this is my view of it. She can tell you her view because I was in the tent and I heard wind, her screaming, and then the tent was coming at us. So I jumped up and grabbed like the railing of the tent, trying to hold it up. I don't know what I was going to do. It could just fold around me, but that was what my brain was at. She's screaming, and I'm trying to think of a way to split my body in two. And then my buddy says, I'm going to go out and help her. And I'm like, okay. And I'm holding this tent up. He runs outside. The screaming stops. What seemed like 10 minutes was maybe 4 seconds. And it was all over. And then I finally let go of the tent and run out. And her hair's all a mess. And when I first jumped out, I saw fiery embers of wood rolling through the campground. And tents just gone. Tents were just gone. Some of them were there. A lot of trucks, a lot of cars. But the tents were just gone. And I'm thinking, a tornado just come through here. I said, makes sense. Fucking October. And what did you see?
Well, I'm standing out there at this little fire, and it's wood fire, and that wind comes through, and everybody's campfire just goes blowing everywhere, and there's little logs of fire, and all I could picture was every tent going up in flames.
Did anybody go flying?
No, I didn't know. No people, just their campfires. Well, it was dark. That's all I could see anyway.
It was dusk, yeah.
Yeah, but it was so. We promptly.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm the one that dropped it. I said, we're out of here. I said, I'm not doing this. It's a shitty weekend. They're not racing. We just had a fucking tornado. This was a bad idea.
Yeah, well,
And I found out later that her and Aaron both were like, well, we shouldn't have left. But I'm just like, I'm not doing this. You know, I'm not going to sit here for another one to come rolling through here when we're sleeping.
I think the next day it was really nice on
Probably.
Sunday.
Probably because we left. So we packed up our shit right then and there. And within
Left
about an
and
hour, we
everything.
were out of there.
And we never went camping again.
That's not true.
Except
We were going to
for
try it. This was funny. We were going to try it. It was a nice day, and I told her we had an apartment then right by the Hall of Fame when that entire street is gone. We set up the tent in the backyard. We were going to tent in the backyard, and if things got too hairy, we just go in the house. So we set up the tent, and then we had like a birthday party to go to. While we were at the birthday party, the clouds moved in, and it rained its fucking ass off. We got back to the house. The tent was all sagged in because it was just cold. I told her, I said, it's got to be, God is laughing at us. He's got to be. But me and the dog slept in that tent that night, and you stayed in the house.
Well, I slept on the hard air mattress on the ground, laid there maybe for an hour.
And it said,
And I thought,
fuck
what the
this.
hell?
I got a mess.
So I went back in the house.
Yeah. And then we stayed there till morning. And it was cold and damp, and the dog didn't seem to mind. But yeah, every single time and then that was the night I said, every time I bring out this tent, it's going to fucking rain its ass off. Because we bought it for that night at Mid-Ohio, and I set it up one other time. And then, like I said, and every time we bring it out, it rains its ass off. And we still have that tent. It's sitting in our storage unit.
I actually have a really funny camping story, but we can't tell it here.
Okay. Was it raining something else?
Yeah, people.
Oh. But anyways,
It involves a half-inflated air mattress
why was it only half inflated?
because it had a leak.
Ah.
And then somebody moved, and the other person went flying, and landed on their head upside down, stuck between the air mattress and the tent.
Was that you?
No,
Okay.
This was pre Chris.
Pre-Chris.
And so, like, I'm like, here, give me your hand. I'll pull you out. So then the next morning at breakfast, the people that are camping next to us were like, what the hell's going on? Like, it seemed like everyone was having a really good time. Then all of a sudden, it went to hell, and there was a cliff rescue. What the fuck? And we were like, well, you see, what had happened was, yeah.
Well, July 25th, which is past.
Missed that one.
July 24th, which is past. July 21st, it's going to reverse.
It sure is.
Well, that makes no sense. Here's a racetrack that has things going on, but it's only showing you what's past.
What, Mid-Ohio?
Yeah.
Oh, I know the motorcycle race. This is the 16th through the 18th. It's the same weekend as the Renaissance Fair in Carrollton
Wow.
that I'd like to go to.
Information calendar.
Cheese and rice.
June 7th.
Well, you obviously don't know how to look at the website.
You're right. I'm reading it wrong.
Okay.
What is today's
I
date?
clicked on the wrong. Today's like the 29th.
29th. Okay, so this
Or
is
the
past. So
28th.
now we're into August. Moto America Superbikes, is what she said, that's August 16th through the 18th. And that's it. That must be the last thing that has going on.
Well, because they listened to you and didn't plan anything for the fall.
Yeah, but they could race cars.
They do. They're probably just a different section of the website.
Oh, I'm at Mid-Ohio. What in the absolute beep was that? All right. Well, we could plan something.
Somebody's looking at TikTok, apparently.
You said that's the same weekend as the Renaissance Fair?
Yes.
So how are we going to plan that?
I don't know.
How are you going to eat
Go
your
to
turkey
one
legs?
on Saturday, one on Sunday.
Okay,
Maybe
we
something
could do
like
that. We could do that. We'll have to read a little more and see which day will be the best day for
Yes.
Mid-Ohio.
Probably Sunday. That's probably the finals. How
gonna
much
rain.
time do you have left? You should have Patrick talk about what's that poker run he wanted to go on.
Just
Bikers
mention
for boobs.
mention
When
it.
is it?
It's I'm gonna look up when it is then.
Is it the 11th?
Something like that. Let's look it up here. Let me get my machine working here.
You want to talk?
The 15th annual Bikers for Boobs is it starts at the Summit County Fairgrounds. It's 11 hours. Where the hell is the date?
11 hours.
Well, it's yeah. They run all day. Where's the date?
My ass will never recover.
Well, you do the poker run, the whole activity. There's
Oh.
probably food afterwards, raffle baskets,
Yeah.
bands.
So it's the 18th, August 18th.
Oh, it's the same. How is everything that August 18th?
Yeah, why is everything on the same freaking weekend? Damn you. Plan your shit better.
Damn you, world.
No one in Ohio should do anything on the weekend of Mid-Ohio. That's the way it used to be. Back in the 90s, I swear to gosh, Mid-Ohio, every motorcyclist in the state would either not do anything because of that or they would be there to watch it.
Well, that's like the pumpkin show. They have it the same weekend as Roscoe Village Apple Butter now.
Yeah, but that's a very far distance apart.
Yeah, but it's two big things on the same weekend.
Oh, yeah. But I'm saying that the apple butter is like in
Here.
Coshocton.
There you go.
And then the
Chicockton. That sounds like a party we need to go to.
it sounds like a porno, doesn't it? Like, honey, I blew up my tits. Anyways,
Oh, my Lord.
and then what's the pumpkin festival? It's like in another part of the
Circleville.
state, Circleville.
Oh, like an hour away.
Anyways, anyways.
Just-
I want to hear more about Chicockton.
Isn't that a song? Shamong.
Sally wants a microphone.
We'll give him a microphone. What you do, Jupers? Oh, he
He's
doesn't.
done. That didn't take long.
All right, peeps. I'm sorry the damn camera locked up yet once again. We're going to try to figure this out.
Yeah, I think about
One-
a 20-pound sledgehammer fix that shit.
Yeah, well. So, thanks for listening, and hopefully the audio will be better, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.